January 16th meeting of the Clearwater City Council. Our invocation this evening will be offered by Pastor Dr. Rhonda Blevins from the Chapel by the Sea, and the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Mr. Albritton. Pastor, please come forward.
Mayor, since this is my last time to address this body while you are mayor, let me say thank you for your dedicated and faithful service as mayor to the city, and may God bless you on your future endeavors.
Thank you.
For my invocation today, I'm offering a practice called sacred reading, or maybe praying the scriptures. It's reading the scriptures in a spirit of prayer. I'm offering a text from the book of Isaiah, which is common to the three Abrahamic traditions. Wherever it says Jerusalem, I will insert the word Clearwater. So let us pray the scriptures. Isaiah 65, verses 17 through 25. For I am about to create new heavens and a new earth. The former things shall not be remembered or come to mind, but be glad and rejoice forever in what I am creating. For I am about to create Clearwater as a joy, and its people as a delight. I will rejoice in Clearwater and delight in my people. No more shall the sound of weeping be heard in it, or the cry of distress. No more shall there be in it an infant that lives but a few days, or an old person who does not live out a lifetime. For one who dies at 100 years will be considered a youth, and one who falls short of 100 will be considered accursed. They shall build houses and inhabit them. They shall plant vineyards and eat their fruit. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For like the days of a tree shall the days of my people be, and my chosen shall long enjoy the work of their hands. They shall not labor in vain or bear children for calamity, for they shall be offspring blessed by the Lord, and their descendants as well. Before they call, I will answer. While they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together. The lion shall eat straw like the ox, but the serpent, its food shall be dust. They shall not hurt or destroy on all my holy mountain, says the Lord. Thanks be to God for the reading of God's word. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pastor Blevins, thank you very much for the inspiration that you give us, your congregation, our community. Happy New Year to you. Our next order of business is to recognize Michael Deegan from the Clearwater Gas Department, who has been with the city of Clearwater for 35 years.
Mike Deegan began his service with the city as a gas distribution pipe fitter helper on January the 2nd, 1985. His initial job duties were performing safety compliance tasks as part of the Florida Public Service Commission requirements. He also delivered propane gas to the city's bulk storage sites. Mike also performed the necessary billing for the large interruptible gas accounts. Later in his career, he became the lead worker in charge of installing gas mains in the expansion areas of service. Mike's construction skill set was called upon for the replacement of 4.5 miles of new gas mains and service lines along the State Road 580 road widening project. Midway through the 18-month project, he was promoted to a gas distribution pipe fitter. Since then, Mike has rapidly advanced, working in all internal areas of the Clearwater gas system, which included interim gas operations manager for 9 months. He was promoted to operations coordinator, where he worked in the Pasco satellite office from 1996 to 2001. Mike holds a master natural gas contractor and master qualifier LP propane license for Clearwater gas system, and is a registered master plumber, and is recognized as an expert in the area of fuel gas codes and standards by national, state, and local association agencies. Mike is also a certified commercial and residential plumbing inspector, as well as a certified fuel gas inspector. In 2017, Mike was promoted to Gas Safety and Regulatory Compliance Coordinator, where he was in charge of all compliance-related items for Clearwater Gas System. In addition, he is the liaison with 17 first responder agencies in the 2 counties and 19 municipalities that Clearwater Gas System serves, while assisting with training to better improve responder awareness and safety. He currently serves on 2 National Gas Codes and Standards Development Committees and the International Fuel Gas Code. He has served as the past committee chairman for both the American Public Gas Association and Florida Natural Gas Association Codes and Standards Committee. Mike is always dedicated and willing to respond to requests for assistance from citizens, customers, fellow employees, or outside agencies while ensuring the Clearwater Gas System requirements are safely met. In 1996, Mike was selected as the Florida Natural Gas Association Donald L. Napier Operating Person of the Year. Additionally, Mike supports community programs as a gas expert and was on the planning committee and facilitated the 9/11 Memorial located in Palm Harbor. It is my pleasure to recognize Mike Deegan for 35 years of outstanding and devoted service.
Good job, sir.
Good job, Mike. Thank you. Happy New Year to you.
Great job. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Great job. Thank you so much.
Let me remind you, please, if you have a cell phone or other device that goes off, to please silence it. And also, because we attempt to conduct our meetings in a civil and respectful manner, we ask that you not make any audible sounds. Please show the speakers the same respect that you would want to be shown if you were speaking. To my extreme right is our Assistant City Manager, Michael Delk, way down there. We'll do the whole shebang today. Assistant City Manager, Michael Maxwell. Our City Manager, Bill Horn.
Good evening.
Councilmember Bob Cundiff.
Hi, folks.
Councilmember Jay Poglaze.
Hello.
To my left, Councilmember David Albritton.
Good evening.
Councilmember Hoyt Hamilton.
Good evening.
Our City Attorney Pam Aiken.
Good evening.
Our City Clerk Rosemary Call.
Hello.
And Nicole Sprague, who is the Deputy City Clerk. Very good. Are there any addition or corrections to our minutes of December the 19th?
Move approval. Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the minutes of December the 19th. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Anybody from the public wishing to speak to an item not on the agenda? If so, please come forward at this time. We would give you 3 minutes to speak. We'd ask that you identify yourself and have a card filled out with the clerk. Do you have a card filled out, sir? Thank you.
My name's Daniel Haluba. I'm going to take a few minutes to discuss this, which was completely smoked over by Dick Hull at the December work session. This was not an accident, as he stated that it was. It was a bad act by a group of Clearwater police that resulted in a crash, not an accident. Crash that obviously needed some financial assistance. He referred to these 3 police officers at his little 45-second ditty as the people involved. Well, they are people, but Clearwater police and police in general are special people. They're afforded special protection that regular citizens are not, and they abuse that. Dick Hall stated at that work session that the claimant was struck by a city vehicle. Yeah, Mr. Hall, that was a city vehicle. It was a marked Clearwater police cruiser outfitted for K-9. It was driven by Officer Meyer, who ran a red light. I don't know, running a red light, doing some rogue activity is against the law. And at that December work session, Mr. Kretikos, you asked if there was anybody from the police department available for questions. Nobody. Nobody came forward. I don't know if they were there or not, but it begs a question. Where was Daniel Slaughter at that occasion? Where was Eric Gandy at that occasion? Where was that fabulous police attorney, Matt Smith, at that occasion? Well, I would offer to you, in my opinion, is they were out trying to bury this pig. And they didn't do a very good job. Nobody has yet mentioned these police officers' names of Jesse Myers, Langston Woody, and Detective Fred Lice. They all got a slap on a hand and a little time off vacation. They should have all been dismissed. This is why people have qualms about Clearwater Police. And I would just like to know, by a show of hands, if any of you would trust these three officers who were rogue officers and were out there breaking the law and caused a nuisance to the public instead of protecting it.
Thank you, sir. Your time is up.
I didn't think anybody would raise their hand.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Raise your hand, Carter.
in a heartbeat.
Well, it wasn't in a heartbeat.
Anybody else from the public wishing to speak to an item not on the agenda? If not, we will close public comment and move on to the consent agenda item. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's my first meeting, so I'm not sure how it goes, but my name is Michael Mahan. I appreciate you guys taking the time to hear me out. I'm new to Clearwater myself. Got down here in October. I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm a new business owner in the area. I found success setting up items like tents, tables, chairs for events. I came down here about 5-6 years ago. I fell in love with the area. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. We've done a great job from beach to bay. I've done the due process of establishing myself down here. Ran into a couple snags, like any new business owner. I have the business tax receipt with your city. I have my handbill permit. I have insurance and all the necessary equipment. I'm just looking to stay within the lines and rules and regulations of your fine city. What I plan to do is, I know there's no permit needed specifically to set up a 10 by 10. All I want to do is help beachgoers that don't want to do this work themselves. Like tourists, locals. It's just me and another guy, and we just want to. We have you have sand runners here that has done similar things. We're just a couple big strong guys that want to move things to the beach for these people. We don't want to flood the beach. We have no more than 10 at a time, and all we're doing is small, tiny 8x8s, 10x10s, chairs, tables, such as that. It seems like something that's in demand. We've had calls for it. I just don't want to hit a snag with your rules or your officers. We had one, and it was nullified, but I have been in and out of your city building. I've left messages with certain people with Parks and Rec. It's a very gray area, and I'm just looking for definitiveness.
Okay. Who were you talking to on staff?
I'm sorry?
Who were you talking with on staff?
This staff, per se?
You said you were talking with somebody, but
Down in your city council building, I've gone to your Parks and Rec department, your zoning area, Miss Leila Patterson, I believe her name is. I've left messages. It's not that I'm not getting any definitive. I've even been told it's a very gray area. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just looking to stay within the realm of.
do you have a card that's filled out?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Mr. Horgan, will you get that afterwards? And we'll have somebody give you a call tomorrow or on if not tomorrow, it will be Tuesday because Monday's a
Yes,
holiday.
all right,
Okay?
appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Anybody else from the public wishing to speak to an item not on the agenda? Now I will close public comment and move on to the consent agenda, items 7.1 through 7.11. Anybody from the public or council wishing to pull an item off the consent agenda, items 7.1 through 7.11?
Move approval of the consent agenda, 7.1 through 7.11.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the consent agenda, items 7.1 through 7.11. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Agenda item 8.1, Mr. Horn.
Declare surplus certain real property located in Section 17, Township 29 South, Range 16 East, city-owned David Avenue property for the purpose of exchanging the David Avenue property for certain property owned by Creative Contractors, Inc. at Drew Street and North Gordon Avenue. Approve the related contract for exchange of real property between Creative Contractors, Inc. and the City of Clearwater, and authorize the appropriate officials to execute same together with all other instruments necessary to effect closing. Mr. Burzak.
Good evening, Robert Burzak, Real Estate Coordinator. The city-owned David Avenue property is 5.68 acres of unimproved land that was acquired by the city on October 3rd, 1997 for $386,000. The site was purchased in order to replace a collapsing stormwater system on the site, which was addressed after the purchase. A new stormwater pipe relining project was underway and will be completed prior to closing of the land exchange. The property owned by Creative Contractors is located at 618 to 620 Drew Street and is a 0.72 acre site containing a building with 8,176 square feet of office space, a parking lot, and unimproved land. An independent appraisal was performed by Tobias Realty Advisors on both sites for the proposed property exchange. The city's David Avenue property's fair market value was determined to be $655,000, and the Creative Contractors Drew Street property was determined to have a $685,000 fair market value. With the proposed land exchange, the city will receive a property with a higher appraised value, which is located in the strategic downtown core. The closing date in the contract contemplates for the closing to occur on or before October 1st, 2020. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions of staff on agenda item 8.1? Anybody from the public to speak to agenda item 8.1?
Move to approve agenda item 8.1.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve agenda item 8.1. Comments, council. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Agenda item 8.2.
Approve a future land use map amendment from the institutional I category to the residential office general ROG category for 407 North Belcher Road and pass ordinance number 9346-20 on first reading. Ms. Clayton.
Good evening, Gina Clayton, Planning and Development. This request is to amend the future land use plan designation of a .73 parcel located on the east side of Belcher Road, just south of North Beach Coachman, from institutional to residential office general. Historically, this property has been used for institutional uses and most recently a medical clinic, but what the applicant would like to do is have a broader use of office uses, and that's not allowed in the institutional district, so they are seeking this amendment to be able to fill the space with a variety of office uses. A companion rezoning request is also on the agenda after this item. The site is adjacent to office and residential uses to the north and to the south. Office and commercial uses are found across the street on Belcher Road, and then the plan categories in the area are residential office general, residential urban, and residential low. So the proposal is consistent with what you find in terms of uses as well as land use designations. The Planning and Development Department is recommending approval, and the CDB reviewed this at its public hearing in December and also recommend approval.
Any questions of staff on agenda item 8.2? Anybody from the public wishing to speak to agenda item 8.2? Motion.
Move approval of agenda item 8.2.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve agenda item 8.2. Comments, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Ms. Aiken.
Ordinance number 20, an ordinance of the City of Clearwater, Florida, amending the future land use element of the comprehensive plan of the city to change the land use designation for certain real property located on the east side of North Belcher Road, approximately 1,075 feet north of Drew Street, whose post office address is 407 North Belcher Road, Clearwater, Florida, 33759, from institutional I to residential office general, ROG, providing an effective date.
I would move to pass ordinance 9346-20 on first reading.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to pass ordinance 9346-20 on first reading. Comments, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Agenda item 9.1, Mr. Horn.
Approve a zoning atlas amendment from the institutional I district to the office O district for 407 North Belcher Road. Pass ordinance number 9347-20 on first reading. Ms. Clayton again.
This is the companion item to the previous one. The property is currently zoned institutional, and the proposal is to rezone it to office to provide more flexibility for a variety of office users. It is consistent with the surrounding area, and it is consistent with the comprehensive plan, and there should not be any negative impacts on city services. And the CDB reviewed this and also recommended approval at their December meeting.
Questions for staff on agenda item 9.1? Anybody from the public speak to agenda item 9.1?
I move to approve agenda item 9.1.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve agenda item 9.1. Comments, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Ms. Call.
Ordinance number 9347-20, an ordinance of the City of Clearwater, Florida, amending the zoning atlas of the city by rezoning certain real property located generally on the east side of North Belcher Road, 1075 feet north of Drew Street, whose post office address is 407 North Belcher Road, Clearwater, Florida, 33759, from institutional I to office O, providing an effective date.
I move to pass ordinance 9347-20 on first reading.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to pass ordinance 9347-20 on first reading. Comments, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Agenda item 10.1, Ms. Aiken.
Ordinance number 9349-20, an ordinance of the City of Clearwater, Florida, amending Section 3-1502 of the Clearwater Community Development Code to adopt the International Property Maintenance Code 2018 edition with certain local amendments, amending Section 3-2304 of the Clearwater Community Development Code to remove reference to the Standard Housing Code and replace with reference to the International Property Maintenance Code 2018 edition, amending Section 3-2305 of the Clearwater Community Development Code to remove reference to the Standard Housing Code and replace reference to the International Property Maintenance Code 2018 edition, amending Section 47.033 of the Clearwater Community Development Code to expand the powers of the Building and Flood Board of Adjustment and Appeals, amending Section 47.051 of the Clearwater Community Development Code to adopt the Florida Building Code, repealing Chapter 47, Article 7 of the Clearwater Community Development Code in its entirety, repealing Chapter 49 of the Clearwater Community Development Code in its entirety, providing for severability, providing an effective date.
I move to adopt ordinance 9349-20 on second reading.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to adopt ordinance 9349-20 on second reading. Anybody from the public to speak to this motion? Comments, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Agenda item 10.2, Ms. Call.
Ordinance number 9352-20, an ordinance of the City of Clearwater, Florida, vacating a portion of a 5-foot wide utility easement abutting the south line of lots 1, 2, and the west 34 feet 34 feet of Lot 3 as shown on the plat for Sunnydale subdivision as recorded in Plat Book 31, page 12 of the Public Records of Pinellas County, Florida, and a portion of a 10-foot alley abutting the north line of lots 2, 6, 7, 8, and the west 40 feet of Lot 9, as shown on the plat for Sunset Point subdivision as recorded in Plat Book 4, page 56 of the Public Records of Pinellas County, Florida, providing an effective date.
Move to adopt ordinance 9352-20 on second reading.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to adopt ordinance 9352-20 on second reading. Anybody from the public wishing to speak to this motion? Comments, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. No. Motion carries 4-1 with criticus in opposition. Agenda item 11.1, Mr. Horn.
Approve amendments to the Clearwater Code of Ordinances, Chapter 25, Public Conveyances to define commercial megacycles and definitions, to establish standards for commercial megacycles, to require a license for commercial megacycles to be operated in the city, and to add penalties. Approve amendments to Clearwater Code of Ordinances, Chapter 6, Alcoholic Beverages, to provide an exemption for megacycle passengers, and pass ordinance number 9358-20 on first reading. Mr. Elias.
Good evening, Council. Mayor Predicus, Jim Hallios, Assistant to the City Manager. The item that we have before you is a second reading of the megacycle ordinance, which was amended per council discussion at the December meeting, which would allow us to permit alcohol on the megacycle. And we are keeping in accordance with the maps that were put forward with the restricted areas of North and South Beach and the downtown area. And Matt Smith is here from legal to answer any questions should you have to those revisions regarding the legal requirements, and I'll be happy to answer any questions about the maps and the application.
Any questions of staff on agenda item 11.1? Anybody from the public to speak to agenda item 11.1? Motion.
Move approval of agenda item 11.1.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve agenda item 11.1. Comments, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. No. Motion carries 4-1 with criticus in opposition. Ms. Aiken.
Ordinance number 9358-20, an ordinance of the City of Clearwater, Florida, relating to the regulation of commercial megacycles, amending Code of Ordinances, Chapter 25, Public Transportation Carriers, Article 1, Public Conveyances, adding definition of commercial megacycle to Section 25.01, and amending the definition of recreational vehicle to include commercial megacycle, amending Section 25.02 to add regulations for operation of commercial megacycles, amending Section 25.04 to provide for commercial megacycle insurance requirement, amending Section 25.21 to add commercial megacycle provider license requirement and allow for pilot program, amending Chapter 6, Alcoholic Beverages, Article 2, Operation of Establishments, Section 6.31, Prohibited Acts to exempt megacycle passengers, providing an effective date.
I move to approve agenda item 11.1.
No, it's to pass the ordinance.
I'll pass ordinance 9358-20 on first reading.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to pass ordinance 9358-20 on first reading. Comments, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. No. Motion carries 4-1 with criticus in opposition. 11.2.
Accept a utility easement from 1250 Main LLC for the construction, installation, and maintenance of city facilities on real property located at 1712 Gulf Bay Boulevard, and adopt resolution 20-02. Mr. Burzak.
Mr. Horn. Robert Burzak, Real Estate Coordinator. The utility easement will allow the city rights for construction, installation, and maintenance of utility facilities as the site is developed for commercial use.
Any questions of staff on agenda item 11.2? Anybody from the public to speak to agenda item 11.2?
Move approval of agenda item 11.2.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve agenda item 11.2. Comments, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Ms. Call.
Resolution 20-02, a resolution of the City of Clearwater, Florida, accepting a utility easement from 1250 Main LLC for the construction, installation, maintenance of city utility facilities, providing an effective date.
I move that we adopt Resolution 20-02.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to adopt Resolution 20-02. Comments, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Agenda item 11.3, Mr. Horn.
Accept a drainage and utility easement from Gulfview Lodging LLP for the construction, installation, and maintenance of certain drainage and utility facilities on real property located at 385 South Gulfview Boulevard, and adopt Resolution 20-03. Mr. Burzak again.
The proposed easement will provide the city with property rights necessary for the construction, installation, and maintenance of city utilities and drainage facilities that support commercial development on the subject site.
Any questions of staff on agenda item 11.3? Anybody from the public to speak to agenda item 11.3?
I move to approve agenda item 11.3.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve agenda item 11.3. Comments, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Ms. Aiken.
Resolution number 20-03, a resolution of the City of Clearwater, Florida, accepting a drainage and utility easement from Gulfview Lodging LLP for the construction, installation, and maintenance of city drainage and utility facilities, providing an effective date.
I move that we adopt Resolution 20-03.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to adopt Resolution 20-03. Comments, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Agenda item 11.4, Mr. Horn.
Accept a sidewalk easement from Habitat for Humanity of Pinellas County, Inc. on real property located at 1121 South Street, and adopt Resolution 20-06. Mr. Burzak again.
The sidewalk easement will allow the city rights for repair, maintenance, and replacement of a sidewalk as the 1121 South Avenue site is developed for single-family housing.
Any questions of staff on agenda item 11.4? What happened to resolutions 04 and 05?
I'm sure we'll see them someday.
Okay.
They don't necessarily come to you in order.
Well, we had 2 and 3 today. Anybody from the public to speak to agenda item 11.4?
Move approval of agenda item 11.4.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve agenda item 11.4. Comments, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Ms. Call.
Resolution number 20-06, a resolution of the City of Clearwater, Florida, accepting a sidewalk easement from Habitat for Humanity of Pinellas County, Inc. for the repair, maintenance, and replacement of a sidewalk at 1121 South Street, Clearwater, Florida, providing an effective date.
I move to adopt Resolution 20-06.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to adopt Resolution 20-06. Comments, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Mr. Horn, do you have any other business for us?
I do not, Mayor.
Okay, Ms. Aiken, you have agenda item 12.1?
I do. This is ratify the adoption of Resolution 19.34-34, authorizing the issuance of bonds to finance portions of the cost of Imagine Clearwater project in accordance with the City Code of Ordinances and pass Ordinance 9357-20 on first reading.
Any questions of staff on agenda item 12.1? Anybody from the public to speak to agenda item 12.1?
I move to approve agenda item 12.1.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to approve agenda item 12.1. Comments, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Ms. Aiken.
Ordinance number 9357-20, an ordinance of the City of Clearwater, Florida, ratifying the adoption of Resolution 19-34, authorizing the issuance of bonds to finance a portion of the cost of Imagine Clearwater project in accordance with the City Code of Ordinances, providing an effective date.
So I have a question before I read this. Ratify the adoption of Resolution 1934. So we are ratifying by passing this ordinance? That's how that works. Okay, then I move that we pass ordinance 9357-20 on first reading.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded to pass ordinance 9357-20 on first reading. Comments, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries unanimously. Ms. Call?
I already read the ordinance.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I did that for you.
Yeah.
Fell asleep.
That was my question in
It was,
advance of the.
yeah, that's what it was. It messed me up, right. It's all your fault.
Okay, that's fine. That's so good.
Bang.
Big shoulders.
Miss Aiken, do you have anything further for us?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay, any closing comments, council? Mr. Hamilton?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably do something I've been advised against at certain times. But you know what? Once in a while, you gotta, they say don't poke the bear, but this bear is off base. Gentleman that came up and spoke, Mr. Haluba, before the meeting, it's his citizens to be heard. I want to give a little quick civics lesson to the people out there, the same people that watch Mr. Haluba make false accusations. Because, you know, we as council members, we don't have two work sessions a month and 2 meetings a month, and that's it. We serve on various boards, but we also have individual meetings with staff on any and every item that's on our agenda. When we walk into a work session and into a council meeting, we've probably met with 8 to 10 staff members on different items. The item Mr. Haluba alludes to, we all had one-on-one meetings with the Assistant City Attorney Hull. So we all knew all the details of the item. We knew we had the opportunity to ask any and all questions we would have about that. We were aware of the punishment that was handed out to the officers involved, and therefore we had it. And that's one of the reasons we have these meetings, is so that we don't have to have a discussion, and we can expedite what we're doing. We don't want to sit in 8-hour meetings, and that's what these meetings would be. They'd be 8 hours long if every one of us had to get every one of our questions answered from this dais about every agenda item on here. And we don't need to be doing that, and the public doesn't need that. So when he says we didn't ask any questions, that's because we'd all already had the opportunity to ask all of our questions and got the answers to those questions. So there was no need for us to ask those questions. Once in a while, and we're all guilty of it, we'll ask a question that we already, and I was told one time, don't ever ask a question you don't already know the answer to. And sometimes we do ask questions, just for the, so that the public can get a little of the, a little knowledge from it. But this is not an item we felt like we needed to ask questions of. This was something we were just, settling a lawsuit. And sometimes settling lawsuits, the quieter the better. And so I just want people to understand that the way it's been presented by Mr. Haluba is totally false and inaccurate, and I wanted everybody to have the right information. Thank you.
Mr. Albrecht?
And, I'd like to say thank you for explaining that, because I feel the same way. We all do up here. I mean, we spend a lot of time going over everything that we talk about. And, for somebody to come up and start saying this information is disturbing. But other than that, I'm excited about going to Tallahassee next week, representing Clearwater, talk to our legislators. So I will let you all know how that ends up next week.
With the Amplified Clearwater, right?
Yes, with Amplified Clearwater.
Mr. Puglaze?
I'm good, thank you, Mayor.
Mr. Cundiff?
Not quite as good, but I'm okay.
Okay. First off, on behalf of all of us on the City Council, congratulations to Haley Crum and to Bob Roberti, who were recognized at the annual dinner of Amplify Clearwater. Haley Crum received the Achievers Women of the Year Award, and Bob Roberti received the Mr. Clearwater 2020 Award. Also, on behalf of the council, I want to express our sympathies to the family of Jeanette Hale. I know Mrs. Hale passed away, even though, she lived in Dunedin. She was a part of this community, and she and Dr. Hale were really, icons of all of us and heroes. Want to thank Amplify Clearwater, the Outback Bowl, all the volunteers from our Parks and Rec department who made the Outback Bowl Beach Day a very successful day. I can tell you the people of Minnesota really liked being in Clearwater when it was so cold, up north. Our offices will be closed on Monday in observance of the Martin Luther King holiday. I want to remind everybody that there will be a breakfast at the North Greenwood Recreation Center. This breakfast will start at 9 o'clock in the morning this year, and there will be a short parade and ceremony at Buccaneer Field right across the street in the North Greenwood community. The Clearwater Running Festival will be on January the 21st with a 50K, a marathon, a half marathon, and a 5-mile relay. We were going to have a special city council work session on Imagine Clearwater on January the 27th. Let me make sure that that is a work session, so public comment will not be presented or in order. It will just be a work session on the 27th. That meeting will start at 10 o'clock in the morning. On Wednesday, the 29th, the last Wednesday of the month, we're having our recycling event for electronics. Feel free to bring any of your computers, telephones, televisions that you want to get rid of to our facility on Hercules Avenue. They're open from 7 o'clock in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Blast Friday returns on January the 31st in downtown Clearwater. On Saturday, we're already into February. On Saturday, February the 1st, the Fantastic Beast of Moccasin Lake will take place, sponsored by the Friends of Moccasin Lake, the Clearwater Library, and the city. It's a free community event that was going to, I don't have the time. Anybody know the time? Check our website for the time of this. There will be Harry Potter themed education and crafts stations, snacks, and a movie on the lawn. And finally, also on February 1st here at the main library, we will have our indoor art walk between noon and 4 p.m. Again, Happy New Year to everybody. Remind you that our next work session, in addition to the one on January the 27th, will be on February the 3rd, and our next council meeting will be at 6 o'clock on February the 6th. Thank you for your time this evening. We are adjourned.